Hey everybody, welcome back to the 5-minute follow-up. Here's where we go back to our podcast guests and ask them another question or two and give them 5 minutes to talk about what they want to talk about, right? So today with me is Mark here. Mark was on our podcast a while back. And Mark, why don't you remind everybody real quick who you are and what you do?
Thanks, Tom. Mark Herre is my name. I've run a digital marketing company called SEO Game. SEOGame.com. The search engine optimization, white label, rank delivery specialist. That's a long title for what I do. Basically, in a nutshell, I do SEO for SEO companies and digital marketing agencies. And the way that works is that I can help a digital marketing agency with their performance and help them get #1 rankings. And for the last 13 years, I've been calling it no rank, no pay, performance-based SEO.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So Mark, I want to get right in because I think what you have, one of the questions that we heard on the podcast that I really wanted to let you go a little bit more in depth about was asked you about challenges that business owners bring you in to solve. And you started going down a path where you were talking about the challenges aren't always clear or present when you're talking to them initially. And then you hear a lot of challenges that you may not be the one solving, but you might refer them or you might solve it yourself depending on what it is. So why don't we go in a little bit more detail than that? Give us a little indication as to how you do that discovery and how you identify what you're solving and what you pass off.
Right. Well, thanks, Tom. That's a great follow-up to that interview you did. And by the way, I appreciate all that you do in order to take time to ask these follow-up questions about discovery calls. Discovery calls generally go in two directions. The way that I help as a digital marketing support service for another digital marketing agency, usually, or 9 times out of 10, a digital marketer calls me on the phone to ask me about the services that I have to offer, which is a great lead up for me to just I don't know, get the runs of my mouth and just start spilling all the cool things I do. But really it's about them. And if I can't help them get what they want, then I'm unable to probably ever get to that stage where they're actually seriously interested. They might start off seriously interested in knowing what I do, but I have to understand this is a discovery call. I have many more opportunities to talk about the cool things I could help with their clients and their websites to get #1 rankings. So bottom line, I have to find out what they like to do, what it is that they like to do when it comes to spending most of their time on a particular client, how they make their money, how they basically provide the client the I can get you there product and service that they offer. I am to a digital marketing, an SEO consultant. And my job as an SEO consultant is to basically help a website that deserves to be on the first page of Google get there, get to the top. That's what the client wants. Can you get me there? Can you get me to the first page of Google? And I could show up and pop for all my top keywords. The digital marketer doesn't know that. They don't speak that simplistic language with their customer. What they speak to their customer is SEO speak or technical language, which is something that could even just turn off their client. I'm trying to help them get back to the simplicity of, hey, Mr. Client, remember we are your SEO agent. Our job is to get you there. And we have a website that we're working on, and we're now going to offer this get me there approach. And the way I like to describe it to the digital marketer is a 30-day trial. And in the 30-day trial, they get a chance to kick the tires of the service that I'm offering for them. And they could either check it out for 30 days and get all the Google rankings that they need to get the business back going again for their agency, or they can kick me to the curb, right? if it's a kick the tire, like buying a car. So I would say that the digital marketer has to kind of sometimes forget a little bit about what SEO is about and learn what the client's definition of what SEO is. And that is, I'm in charge. I'm the client. Remember me? I need to get my website to the first page of Google, and the SEO client needs to confer with that. They need to agree back, and then they have to have that relationship where they're actually understanding each other, not the agency up here and the client down here. It has to come and so that's probably my best answer on.
That's okay. And you heard the timer, so we are out of time, but it sounds to me like we need one more follow-up with Mark at some point down the road, because this sounds like there's a lot more to it than just these 5 minutes. But for now, I will say thank you again, Mark. It's been my pleasure once again to have you on, and I hope the audience gains as much out of it as I did, and I hope you have a fabulous day out there in sunny Salt Lake City.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark,
Bye.
and thank you, everybody. See you next time.